Okay, let's take a look at my road here. Well, it looks like we need regrading here. Well, what happened was the heavy rain put a gully in here. It's a minor problem. I get my tractor out and regrade this. No problem. Okay, this is my eucalyptus. This has been the top's been snapping off almost all its career. So it's no big deal. Just cut them up and throw them in that rock pile, sort of compost. Well, this one here, I wish he hadn't fallen on it, but it's not a major problem. I just had some stuff underneath there. I was thinking of taking it out anyway because then I could bring my tractor through here. Yeah, not a tree, just a branch that fell. Probably take me a little while to get them cut up and haul the clippings away. I'll have more firewood for next year. This was more or less a dead tree. I was trying to figure out how to get it down. Nature took care of that. Unfortunately, this is where Dale, Fred, and I was going to come in and take these boxwoods out. This is the old batch, and Fred wanted a real tall one. I think now the top is gone. So that's kind of a sad situation, but hey, they got big fat trunks. Yeah, same tree, different angle. One good thing about this kind of tree, it's really easy for me to make firewood. I just start from the top and keep coming. And then when it gets too big, I just throw it away because I have so many that I don't want to have to do the splitting. But I was trying to get it down somehow. Now, I don't have to worry. It's down. This tree, it was a surprise. I didn't think it would fall. But evidently the top was big enough that it caught the wind and it fell. This is going to require a little bit more effort to get it cleaned up. This one is fairly good size. I'm going to require some effort to get it cleaned out. A lot more firewood. Well, I don't really need any more firewood because the utility company's been over here cleaning a bunch of them out, and there's some more that I have to go and cut them up to so that it'll fit in our fireplace. Okay, what we're looking at is, I call it a seasonal pond. It used to be a pond. We had it dug out, about 35 years ago. And it was fun. We had it filled up and the kids were playing on the paddle boat and things like that. But the maintenance was horrendous. So now that I'm having to take care of all this, so I started to backfill. But there's this low spot, and when there is a tremendous amount of rain, it fills up. That's why I call this the seasonal pond. If it stays full long enough, we'll see some ducks and things like that come to visit. But so far, I guess they haven't come yet. But it's good to know that we had a lot of rain. Okay, now the rain stopped this morning. And they said probably about a week of dry weather for sure. Not sure what's going to happen after that. But this pond is on the low spot, right? So all this uphill, the water will still keep seeping down into it. Actually, I could feel it in my shoes. It's kind of muddy or watery. This low grounds, I have to be very careful, even with my four-wheel drive tractors. Sometimes you'll hit a spot, and then when your tires start to spin, they're stuck. Then you have to go get the other one and pull yourself out. I've learned my lesson being stuck a number of times, so I usually try to avoid down here. Unfortunately, what happens is the grass grows very well here when it's rainy like this, so sometimes I have to push my luck. That's how I got stuck one time. Here's the tree that snapped. That one is kind of dangerous because it's not down, right? And hopefully I could get that out of there safely. If not, I'll just leave it because it really doesn't interfere with my life here. So this is just on the top of the hill and a tree that snapped halfway. Very dangerous when you start cutting it. It could snap back at you. While we're here, let's take a look at this magnificent oak tree. These that are deciduous will not blow over because the wind will pass right through. Heavy. Okay, this is close to my bamboo grove, and this one did fall. So this is an evergreen type, right? It's no wonder. See these little oak that's starting in between the cracks of the rocks? That's what this one was doing, except it was huge. So when the wind came and caught that top part, it fell over. No big deal, it didn't damage anything. I had this 10 by 20 pop-up like a carport. I had it strapped down and put heavy rocks on it. So what happened was it did not blow away. Well, instead of blowing away, it bent and collapsed. And I was thinking, you know, it's kind of a sad situation that I did lose the building, but if it had blown away, it could have hit my house and done damage to the house, or if it really blew away and flew to next door neighbor and damaged, that would have been worse. So I'm kind of saying, okay, I'm halfway thankful. I think I'm going to check this out and then rebuild something that is shorter and smaller, I think. A lot of the pieces are okay, but some parts are bent, so I'm going to have to reconfigure. In terms of my nursery, I think this is about the only damage. That's not a big deal. It's just a couple screws holding it. I think it snapped, so I just put that back. But other than that, we're in pretty good shape. This Chinese elm, well, I guess it knocked off the bench and kind of snapped the top. And I'm going to try just to cinch that up, put a tape on it, and then see if it'll regraft on itself. A lot of times it'll work that way, especially if it's not snapped off. So that'll be my experiment. Well, what do we have here? It's a garbage can standing up. This is my informal rain gauge. I checked the amount of water in here. There's 19 plus inches of water. It's not exactly 19 inch because it has a taper, wider top, but it comes very close to gauging how much rain we had. We had a lot of rain since about Christmas time. So as we see the sunshine, let's be thankful that we had enough rain, although it did do some damage to some people. At least I was lucky with only minor problems. I got some labor, but nothing major, nothing falling on the house and things like that. So anyway, I'll see you again real soon as I get started on working on bonsai again. This is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter.